Good morning. I thought we would read this story called Boris and Bella, written by Carol Grimmie and illustrated by Chris Grimley. It's a cute story. I really like it, but I know we don't have it in our library. But if you guys like it a lot, I will look into getting this for us. Alrighty. Bella Lugosi was the messiest monster in Bouville. Her slime was the slimiest. Her grime was the grimiest. Her piles of lizard gizzards blocked the doorways, and her stacks of snail tails overflowed her counters. None of the other monsters could stand Bella's mess, so Bella lived by herself. Boris, clean it off, was the tidiest monster in Bouville. He vacuumed his vampire bats, dusted his cobwebs, and polished his pythons daily. No one could stand Boris's persnickety ways, so Boris lived by himself. Well, Bella and Boris were neighbors, and they did not get along. Clean up those old crusty cauldrons. I'm sick of your cluttered yard, Boris would shout. Can't you stop those bewitched broomsticks from sweeping? They're driving me batty, Bella yelled back. And so it went, day in and day out. When Bella had a we'll say this right, barbecue, she did not invite Boris. And on Valentine's Day, Boris sent chocolate-covered gargoyle boils to everyone but Bella. Oh, and it has a poem, and the poem says, goat guts are red, rat tails are pink, Bella's a drip, and her feet really stink. Then came Halloween. I think I'll have a Halloween party, said Bella, and she made a long guest list with everyone on it but Boris. When Boris heard about Bella's party, he decided to have his own. Who needs Bella's stupid shindig, he thought, and he invited everyone but Bella. Both monsters mailed their invitations and both waited for their replies. They went out by bat mail. I'm not coming to your party, Frank Stein said to Bella. Why not? She shouted. I'm going to Harry Beastie's party. His dust bunnies don't bite, and he makes great caterpillar cupcakes. Monsters called Bella for the rest of the day. Everyone was going to Harry Beastie's party instead of hers. Meanwhile, more monsters called Boris about his party. I can't come to your party, said Maury Mummy. Why not? Boris demanded. I'll be at Harry Beastie's party. He doesn't worry about claw marks scuffing the floor. Halloween night soared in on bat wings. It was cold and dark, the perfect night for a party. Look at all those beasties. Bella sat by herself in her messy cave. Drat that hairy beastie. My party would have been an absolute scream. Boris sat by himself in his tidy dungeon. Drat that hairy beastie. My party would have been frightfully delightful. Bella stomped out of her cave. She was going to give Harry a piece of her mind. Boris stormed out of his dungeon. How dare that hairy beastie ruin everything? Out of my way, yelled Bella, and she pushed Boris aside and stomped into the party, tracking mud all over. Get out of my way, demanded Boris, and he pushed Bella back and wiped his feet on the mat. "Where's Harry?" both monsters yelled. The guests couldn't hear them. They were too busy shrieking and screeching. "Hump," said Bella. Said Boris. You guys notice, look, all the flies around Bella? Bella and Boris wandered over to the buffet. Bella sniffed the snake spit stew. "Not as slobbery as mine," she said. Boris nibbled a maggot muffin. "Too much muffin, not enough maggot," he mumbled. Bella watched some monsters play, pinned the head on the headless horseman. "What a bore," she sneered. Boris eyed the monsters bobbing for eyeballs. "What a snore," he said. Just then, the Howling Wolfmen band burst into the monster mambo. Soon every ghoul in town was shaking and quaking. Cyclops bebopped and the Fang flip-flopped. The boogeyman boogied while the trolls twirled. Bango Bones connected his hip bones to his neck bones just for fun, and Maury Mummy was swinging so hard he came undone. "Look at them carrying on," Bella mumbled. "They're making fools of themselves," Boris said. The music played on while the two monsters watched everybody else have a good time. Bella sighed. She loved to dance. Boris looked down at the floor. He hadn't danced in so long. Bella looked at Boris shyly. "Maybe we should show them how it's done," she said. Boris smiled. "We could try," he said. Then Bella and Boris came together. They discovered an amazing thing. "You're just the right size," they cried. The two monsters gallumped in perfect time to the music. They danced so well the other monsters cleared off the dance floor to watch. "Not bad for a grime fighter like you," said Bella. "And you're pretty good for the Queen of Unclean," said Boris. After their dance, they shared a bubbly cup of ghoul drool. Then Bella wiped her mouth on her sleeve. Boris didn't say a word. And when Boris cleaned his cup with his handkerchief, Bella didn't tease him. At midnight, everyone lifted their cup and roared. In the corner of the room were the two new friends grinning at each other with their snaggle-toothed smiles. "Happy Halloween," Boris cleaned it off. "Happy Halloween to you, Bella Lugosi." From that night on, Bella tried to be a little tidier. Boris tried to be a little messier. And when Halloween rolled around the next year, they threw the best bash Booville had ever seen. My cat just wants to get in the picture. Oh, and they threw it together. So it's a Halloween story, but it's kind of a Valentine's story too. The end.